There go David, messing with things.
Who has anything on display and isn't messing with it constantly? My Princess Leia. That brought a tear to someone's eye at the show.
Yeah, it did. That guy, he started getting real misty.
Yeah, he was like, I didn't think any still existed in the wild anymore.
Mm-hmm. And it was at the show he was at.
He missed it.
He was a vendor.
Nobody saw it. Nobody saw it.
That dude did have it hidden. I don't think he wanted to sell it.
I found it late in the day and got a good deal. But you see where they put the price tag like right on her face.
Yeah.
And then Kenner provided you with a place to put the price tag. See? Top and bottom. Your choice.
Yeah. They're like, screw that. We're going to put it right here.
Skaggs is like, I don't like Carrie Fisher.
Yeah.
Screw
and
her.
I'm going to put it right here.
Yep. That's what
right
happened.
in her face. Well, at least it didn't cover her face. It covered her hair.
Her hairdo. Her famous, like, her famous cinnamon bun hairdo.
I guess.
That's not what we're supposed to be talking about.
That's what you wanted to talk about.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
We shall see.
Yeah.
We shall see.
So we're back in the museum.
Yes.
With another adult conversation.
Yeah, for collectors, nostalgia buffs, whatever you want to call yourself.
Yeah. But this one actually is not about collecting.
Not necessarily, unless you collect media.
Yeah.
Because there
VCR
are people,
tapes and
technically we fall into that category also because the shows we watch, we own for the most part.
Some of it we stream.
Yeah, some of it we stream, but the majority of it we own, especially the vintage stuff.
Yeah.
And we did a video some time ago about binge watching. And should you binge watch, which, we kind of made our arguments about it, and I don't particularly think it's a great idea for a variety of reasons. You're missing a lot when you binge, quite frankly. But we discussed our system of how we watch vintage television shows and cartoons and things like that. Mm-hmm. And that kind of spun off into another discussion.
Yeah. And it's really my... I'm not going to... It annoys me because I do stream shows. More than David. David doesn't stream anything. But I stream shows.
Primarily modern shows.
Yeah. Yeah, some modern shows.
Yeah.
Which is few, but still.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that gets me, we have a subscription-based plan. Amazon Prime is the subscription-based plan we have. And the issue I have with most subscription-based plans, Amazon for sure.
Because we've tried a few.
Yeah. Amazon, Peacock, Hulu. Those are the three that I know for a fact does it. Not Netflix.
Uh-huh.
Those three for sure that I know do it because I've had those subscription-based. You get the subscription. You paying for it monthly. Amazon, you pay for it yearly. But within it, you still have to pay and buy something. A TV show, a movie, something like that.
Part of a show.
Right.
And you're watching ads.
Yeah. On Amazon Prime, you don't watch ads. You watch an ad at the beginning, and it's like for an Amazon movie. A show or something.
But you're still watching some type of advertisement or some kind of station identification.
That part doesn't bother me.
Okay.
What bothers me is, and I'll give you an example. Like I said, we watch Amazon Prime. And, you can pull up some shows and you're like, oh, God, they got this show. And we're watching Fortitude. And it's 2 seasons.
Oh, yeah.
And we deep into season 1.
Yeah.
It's, I want to say 12 episodes.
Yeah.
We got to episode 7.
7.
And they said you had to buy it.
You had to buy the other 5. Or jump to
Season
season 2,
2.
episode 1.
And it's all free. And I'm like...
And if you've missed 5 episodes, you've missed a lot.
Yeah. It's not like you miss one and you can catch up. It's 5 episodes.
Yeah.
And it's like, y'all got me wrapped up for 5 episodes. Now, it was some other shows I was watching. Like on Peacock, it was one. And they let you watch 2 episodes. And they're like,
Yeah.
okay, you got to pay to watch the rest. But we hooked you up for 2 episodes.
Yeah.
YouTube had a show we was watching real good. They let you watch 2 episodes. Oh, you got to watch the rest on YouTube Premium. Hulu does it. You pull up a show and they got the little lock and key. Oh, you got to pay to watch that. And it's like, why am I paying
Again
for the subscription if I still have... Don't offer it to me, because I'm already paying, all this money per month. Like on Netflix, you pay for it. I don't know. Well, we hadn't had Netflix in over a year.
Yeah.
But when we had Netflix, you pay for Netflix and everything they offered you was available. It was no lock and key. It was no pay extra. None of that. If it was available on the thing, you could watch it. Hulu, you had to pay extra for certain shows. Amazon, you had to pay extra for certain shows. Peacock, you have to pay extra for certain shows. And it's like, what's up with that? And then you have other streaming devices where everything is free, like Tubi and Pluto and all of that.
But
you don't get the whole season.
No, or it's all over the place, or you think you're going to get everything and you don't. The MST3K channel is a good example of that.
That's
Mystery
on Pluto.
Science channel. And what do they have, like 10 of them? They
Yeah.
play over and over and over, and it's like they were on the air for years.
Yeah,
But
they got like 6 seasons or something.
yeah, or whatever, but you're only watching the same episodes. You turn the TV on the same time tomorrow, you're going to see the same freaking movie again. And they constantly rehash. I can't remember who it was, but somebody had all the Doctor Who. And Pluto's got a Doctor Who channel too.
Yeah.
And they were doing the same thing. They were all over the place with the different seasons and episodes. And another service, it might have been Netflix, had it, but it was all broken up. Like they every seasons 1 through 20 or whatever, and they have like maybe half or less of the episodes, and there's spaces in them too. And this was a couple of years ago. I don't know if it's still that way, but you can't do that with Doctor Who because Doctor Who is chapters. So it could be as short as 2 episodes are one story, or as much as 12 might be one story. And depending upon where you are in what era, like if you're in the 80s, I know there was one that was like 12 with Tom Baker, and you've got gaps in it. And you've got gaps between stories. You can't complete them. And it's like, what's the point? Why do you get a piece of this and a piece of that? It's annoying.
It is annoying, and it's especially annoying when you're already paying for it.
Yeah.
I'm already paying for Amazon Prime. Why do I have to? Now, I can see because Amazon offers you various apps, and then you have to, you download it, like Hulu and HBO Max and Epics and all kind of things. And those apps you have to pay for. Okay, I understand that. Don't offer me the shows that's not on Amazon Prime. And the shows that are on Amazon Prime, since I'm already paying for it, should be free. Because I'm already paying for the service. And I know the service includes your little free shipping in 2 days, which is some garbage. They can ship it to me and I can get it in 20 days and I'll be just as happy because probably the box won't be all damaged. And they offer you Amazon Music.
Yeah, which
cares? Used to be better, but now it ain't because they made changes to it. And you got the book, the Nook or whatever they offer you, that you could download books, which I don't agree with. I'd rather have the paper in my hand.
Yeah.
Because if it's digital, they can change it to be whatever they want it to be.
Which they have gotten in trouble for. There was the biggest one was when they accidentally deleted the the novel 1984 from Everybody's Nook a few years back.
Yeah, Kindle.
Then,
Kindle.
oh, we're sorry. Was it Kindle?
Amazon does. I think, I don't know. One of them e-reader things.
Yeah.
I think it's Kindle. I don't know. One of the whatever e-reader Amazon provides had the book.
Yeah, and they deleted them from everybody's library by accident.
Yeah, which I don't understand because you download it. I guess it downloads it onto the cloud or whatever. But anyway, it's just like, I know it's just all complaints right now. So I'm sorry about all of the complaints. It just seems like that is so annoying and unnecessary that goes on. And that's why we got a lot of DVDs. And I'm even starting to buy more because I hadn't bought DVDs in years.
Rather own it than have to deal with all that.
Yeah.
It's easier. It's cheaper too in
it
the long
is
run.
cheaper. But now I admit, I do like the convenience of it being on it, because you can just sit down. You don't have to get up and switch out the discs.
When it works, because the service is still choppy.
Yeah.
There's gaps, things skip, things go off,
Well,
things won't load.
Well, that's mainly like on the cheap free, like Crackle and Pluto. They're always choppy and, wait, please stand by while we fix your show or whatever. But anyway, yeah, so we own the DVDs, and I'm starting to the shows that I really want to watch, looking it up and just buying the DVD so we can have it. Because another thing that also happens that's annoying is they take the show off. They're like, oh, this expires in 10 days, and then they remove it from the service.
Yeah.
So then you looking for this show because you've been watching it. You're like, oh, I want to see that again, or I want to pick that back up.
Nope.
And no, because they already deleted it. So
nope. You can't have it. Denied.
Yeah, access is denied.
Or you can't finish. I remember trying to watch Miami Vice a couple years back, and they had all but the last season. And it's like, you can't finish it.
And I remember you was trying to watch Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. And I had
certain episodes wouldn't play.
Yeah, and I had an app, Showbox, and you can get all kinds of things on Showbox. I was loving that until it went away. But they didn't have all of the episodes, and then when we found it, I think either on Hulu or Netflix or something, they still didn't have all of the episodes, so you still wasn't able to watch it. They had certain episodes, so you see all of those things.
Or other weird glitches, like also on Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., there was a few times where you'd start a new episode and it was in a different language. Completely. And it's like, what the hell?
Well, that's because we were watching it on Showbox. And Showbox, you get things in all kind of languages sometimes. And it has subtitles. And,
yeah.
And all kinds of weird
stuff. But I mean,
stuff.
it's like English, French. Thanks. Who did this? The technical work is terrible with some of these guys. Or commercials. They're running the commercials and they'll play the same commercial 5 times back to back in a row. And it's like, it's the same one. Do you not have any other ads to fill the space? Can you not do something else? I mean, come on. Who's in charge? And I have a problem with it. It's like, if you're paying for a service, you shouldn't still have to watch any ads. That really pisses me off. And that brings me all the way back to my big pet peeve. You know what I'm going to say.
I know, because I hear it like every day.
You don't hear it every day. You're hearing it today, though.
Yep.
I'm old enough to remember when cable first started and the promise that cable television made. It's the same promise that satellite radio made a few years ago.
Well, when it first came out.
When it first came out, yeah, for like a couple of years. When cable first came out, and for a long time, okay, well, not that long, but a few years, the service where you will never watch a commercial because you're paying for it. That was their slogan for cable television.
I remember that.
And they used to put it on they advertised it on the television. Tired of watching commercials? Tired of having your time eaten up by commercials? When you go to cable broadcasting, you will never see a commercial because You pay for it with your subscription service. And what happened to that?
Yeah.
What happened to it?
He's still
And
paying.
satellite radio did the same exact thing.
Yeah. And they told
It's
you
a subscription service.
yeah, you don't have to listen to the
No ads.
ads.
No ads.
No ads.
Non-stop streaming because you pay for the service, and guess what?
And you'll get more songs.
Yeah,
don't.
They pull the okey doke on you.
They still got the songs in rotation. It's the same song
ones over and over again.
Yeah.
Now that kills me with any city, USA, where you listen to the radio, you listen to classic rock, right? Let's say all your favorites from the 70s, 80s, and early 90s. And we have the biggest rock library in blah, blah city. They have the biggest rock library. Maybe they are in a library somewhere on site, but you're only going to hear the same 500 songs over and over and over. It doesn't matter that they have 500. It doesn't matter that they have 60,000 that are available. You're going to hear the same 500 songs. I say that because very often they do that weekend special where we're gonna play the top 500 songs that you're gonna pick. What choice do you have? They get the same. It's the same songs over and over.
Yeah,
it's a scam. But and then they tell you, they promise you that they only have like 5 minutes of commercial advertising, but they'll eat up like another 10 in station identifications, bragging about how they only play 5 minutes worth of commercials.
Yeah, in an hour.
Yeah, in an hour. I mean, we all know how it works.
Yeah.
But the streaming services, to me, it seems like a ripoff in a lot of cases.
And we cut the cable cord years ago.
Oh yeah.
But we did do the streaming, or we do the streaming, and we used to have them all. The Amazon, Netflix, and Hulu.
Sure.
And then I realized with Hulu, I was only watching it. I rarely watched it. I watched it because I used to watch The Voice, Ninja Warrior, and it was 2 other TV shows that came on that I liked. But when they weren't on, I wasn't watching it.
Yeah.
But I was still paying for the service. And then Netflix. And then you see a movie is on a list. You're like, man, I want to watch that movie. And you go to all of these streaming services looking for the movie, and nobody has it. And then it's like, I have all these streaming services.
Or you could go to Amazon and buy it for $3.
Yeah, and I don't understand. Oh, rent it. That's the thing that gets me. How do you rent a digital movie?
You only watching it for a limited time. And then they're going to cut
I want to watch
off.
it once, and that's it.
Well, that's how it works.
Yeah, well.
Or another thing with the cable systems too is they a lot of times people get it the subscription service just to watch like 1 or 2 shows, and everything else that's on the network they don't give a damn about.
That's how I was with Hulu. That's why I cut it off.
So you're paying for all of that, and that's the big joke right now with Disney Plus is they keep coming out with shows. People keep canceling their subscription and then getting it back again, and canceling it and getting it back. Oh, Mandalorian's on. Let me put the subscription service on for a few days so I can binge watch it. And then they cancel it, and then Loki's coming up, and they bouncing in and out of the service. I don't even want to turn. People are telling me I should do that too. It's like, just turn it on for a little bit, but I don't want to binge.
No, I like to space it out. But
we like the system we're using now, where we watch like an episode or 2 of our show at a certain time slot and then move on.
Yeah, we watch it once a week. We might watch 2 episodes. But it's only 1 time a week.
And I can put a link to that video at the end of this if anybody wants to see, just so they know exactly what we're talking about if they didn't see that. But and the other one that I'd rather wait until maybe it comes out on disc. I'm sure Mandalorian will end up on disc.
But see that's the thing that I'm not sure about, because Netflix got a lot of original shows, and I don't know if they're on if they're coming out on DVD, because I know they have the Transformers TV show.
Oh, the new one.
And I did see the first season. And I'm like, and it's supposed to be like a trilogy, so 3. So I'm hoping it comes out on DVD, because I really like it. And I'm like, okay, that's something I can get into. But I don't know if they're going to be putting stuff on DVD.
Yeah, that's a point.
But I don't know. I would get Disney, but then they want you to bundle it up with ESPN and Hulu. I'm never going to watch ESPN.
Yeah,
So I'm
ever.
not, paying. That's why I don't get cable.
And that's another problem. Yeah, go ahead. Another
Well,
issue
when
with
we
cable.
had cable, literally, I would probably watch maybe, and I'm stretching with this, maybe 5 networks.
Mm-hmm.
And it might not have been 5.
Yeah.
I'm never going to watch ESPN or any sports network.
Yeah.
I'm not watching the Spanish channel.
Yeah.
I'm
Or
not,
the news networks.
I don't watch the news now.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't need that. And then the cable like to tell you, oh, you can get 500 channels. Okay.
Big deal.
500 channels, but then you got half of them in regular, the other half is in HD.
Yeah, it's in
and
a
they
different
count
aspect
it
ratio.
twice.
That's right.
They got 100 pay-per-view channels. They got 20, 30 news channels, 50 sports channels, 20, 30 Spanish channels, and all of this other stuff. I'm not going to watch all that. I want to watch HGTV, Investigative Discovery Channel, and that's about it. I just want to see Pop Radio.
Yeah, they force
and
it
House
all on
Hunters.
you and act like they're giving you
Yeah.
they're doing some favor for you.
Yeah.
And you don't watch them. It's like when you buy a new phone and it has like 50 apps already installed, and you don't want none of them.
No.
Or what was that one? The phone company making a big deal about with the new phone. Oh, this one comes with a NASCAR app.
I'm never going to watch
don't care.
NASCAR.
If I watched NASCAR, what the hell am I going to do with the app? I don't care about that. I don't use hardly it, but like maybe 5 apps that are on my phone. And the rest of them are useless. The rest of them are disabled if I can't delete them, which a lot of times you can't.
No, I just
It's part of the
disable
package.
everything.
They're worthless. I think these services pay to have it forced in so that they can get padded numbers.
Yeah, everybody got Facebook. I don't have a Facebook account.
Yeah.
So when I get the phone, I disable the Facebook app.
Yeah. But and a lot of padded numbers, and it's a different topic of discussion a little bit, but you ever notice how every time you go into a restaurant or bar and they have 15 TVs all on and they're all on sports channels or news channels, right? Nobody's really watching them, are they? But since it's a streaming service, those are counted as watched by the computers, by the bots that are in place to track that stuff. So it'll be telling you, 10 million people are watching ESPN.
That's my mom. I
Yeah.
can call it that.
Okay. This is how you know we're not edited, folks.
Yeah. All
right
you're going
here.
to do is tell me about an idea.
This is just us. We talk. We're not no teleprompter, no.
You have a teleprompter. Is a
frames.
teleprompter right there.
Yeah, whatever.
And he's reading.
Sure. The teleprompter is her going, shut up.
No, no.
But but they'll say, 10 million people are watching such and such episode of ESPN, when really only maybe 1.5 million people are watching.
Not
And the rest are playing in bars and everyone's ignoring it.
Like
But
the royal wedding.
those
All them
numbers
people
count.
didn't watch no royal wedding.
Who, the last one? Mm-hmm. I didn't.
Or any of them.
I don't care about any of that stuff.
No.
But it's all padded numbers. It's all padded advertising, ads that play on videos and on TV. Do you really pay attention to any of them?
No.
You know, that's why insurance commercials try so hard to be funny, because they know nobody cares about that and they're not paying attention to it.
Mm-mm.
At least if it's funny, someone will look at it. Doesn't mean they're going to get Geico, but at least they'll look. People are sick of being pounded by advertising, sick of being pounded by politics and social issues. That's
Yeah.
why we don't talk about them here.
Mm-hmm.
That's why.
And I don't want to see no commercial talking about it
and
either.
that's also why we stopped watching American Ninja Warrior, and what was the other one?
The Voice.
The Voice. too much padding, too much social politics.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to hear all of that.
No,
I don't
just
want to hear your whole life story. Run through the damn obstacle course
that's
already.
all I want you to
You
do.
know, I just want to see the athletes run the obstacle course. And when you get to the point where almost 60 to 70% of the show is them giving you their life story and talking about how they overcame this and that, it's like,
I overcame bullying. Well,
yeah,
good. Now run the course.
yeah.
Jump up and down on that trampoline or
That
something.
bullying is what made you able to be as successful as you are. I'm
Yeah.
not condoning bullying, but if you overcome those adversities in life, that's when you're successful.
I used to be a bully.
Did you?
Yeah.
You still are. She picks on me all the time.
No, but I mean that annoys me about streaming services. I
Yeah.
can't talk about cable anymore because again we cut the cord on cable
We got away from that
a long time ago, and I don't see myself ever getting cable again. Not unless they make some major changes. Like I can pick up channels I want to watch,
Yeah.
which they'll never do.
And if they did that, if they let you cherry pick
Yeah.
what channels you actually want and cut the
A la
rest out,
carte.
they'd make no money.
No.
They'd make no money from these services. Because you'd narrow it down to like a half a dozen or less if you had that option.
I want another app like Showbox. That was the best app. Because you could put almost any movie, any TV show in it, and it was available.
Yeah.
And you could watch it.
You notice how when you get one you like, a bigger company buys it out and it disappears?
Yeah. Because we had that for a couple years.
That's what happens in it. Because these companies, they're in business to make money. And so if some bigger, it's the truth, they're in business to make money. And if a bigger streaming service or a bigger network or somebody comes along and says, hey, we'll give you X dollars to absorb you into our company, they're going to take the check. But unfortunately, what happens is they get turned off.
Yeah. And I'm all right with you making money. Just make the stuff available. Don't absorb a company that was doing what everybody wanted and then cut it all off.
Yeah.
And be like, okay, now you have nothing and you still have to pay for this.
That's called eliminating competition. That's what Walmart did.
Yeah.
They open up a store. I know a little off topic, but they'd open
lot
a
off
store.
topic.
Yeah, they'd open a store in like all these rural communities, shut everybody down, and sometimes abandon that store afterwards and force people to centralize to another location that was further away.
Yeah, but at least
Ruining
Walmart
businesses.
was providing you what you needed.
Yeah, until they folded up and moved to another location and forced you to travel farther.
Oh,
Plus,
they did
plus
that?
they killed all those mom and pop operations.
Yeah.
It was pretty dirty.
Yeah, that
But,
was underhanded.
Yeah, it is, and it's the same concept with the streaming services.
Yeah.
You know, they shut down the little guy, buy him out, and then stick you with what they want to give you.
Yeah, which is garbage. I
A
want
lot
you
of
to
it
pay
is.
for it. Wham, bam, thank you, man.
Yeah.
Bend over and take it.
Oh, listen
That's
to
what they
you.
want.
But again, we like the classic shows better, older shows mostly. If we stream anything that's new, there's not very much.
I don't mind watching new shows if it's good quality, meaning it has a storyline. I can follow it. It's not too vulgar. I mean, onesie, twosie curse words is fine. But if it's laced, like it's a hour-long show and 55 minutes is all curse words, then I don't want to see it.
Yeah, Hollywood seems to be under the impression that the masses use the F-bomb like 3 out of every 8 words that they speak in a sentence.
Yeah,
And most people, there are people who talk that way.
it is.
Most do not. So it's, I don't know why they feel like they need to do that.
I think because they have no ideas. So to pad the show, they put that in there, and it's like that. You don't need all that foul language to get your point across.
No, you don't.
You can get it across real good, even better sometimes if you use the right words and the right tone. But yeah, that was the gripe for today. Yeah, whatever happened to just being able to sit down and watch a full show the whole episode, the
Mm-hmm.
whole season, uninterrupted. And now I got to figure out if I'm gonna just jump to season 2 of Fortitude, but
Yeah, you'll miss so much. You'll be like, "What is going
5
on?"
episodes, and
5
they were just
episodes.
starting to tell you who was the murderer.
Yeah, it
It
was
was
just
getting good.
getting
Just now, I'm
somewhere.
getting good. Mm-hmm.
And is it just me, or does it seem like modern shows have more commercial ads than they did when we
You
were
and them
kids?
commercials.
And they're not even that good. We
No.
watch those. We've watched classic commercials.
Yeah, during Christmas time,
And
we went back and did
I
that.
even put up a holiday Christmas commercial, like collage, if you will, like an hour long collage for the viewers as like a little Christmas present to everybody.
Christmas
And
present of commercials.
yeah, vintage '80s advertising commercials. They
Uh-huh.
were interesting to watch.
They were fun.
They were
And
really
it
they were fun.
reminded you, oh yeah, I remember Kodak
You
camera
remember the
and the
commercials
commercial.
better than you remember the shows
Mm-hmm.
because you saw the commercials more often.
Mm-hmm.
And it really rings a bell when you see it again. And the modern ones don't have the same substance at all.
They don't talk about nothing. Half the time the commercial come on and then you sitting there, what are they selling?
Yeah, what are
What
they
was that
advertising?
commercial about?
I don't understand. Yeah, it's I don't know.
They don't even tell you what
Hidden
they
messages.
selling you. You don't know what half of them commercials is about. Because they
Yeah.
don't give you no product name. Sometimes it's like 5 seconds and it's just a picture. And you're like, what the heck is that? What am I supposed to want to buy?
Yeah,
You're not,
or they're trying to make some kind of a social or political
Yeah.
statement, and that's annoying.
I know. You don't, I do what I want to do. You don't need to tell me I need to go do this and do that and
Yeah, I know.
whatever. I'm going to
I
do
can
it
make
if
my
I
own
want to.
decisions. Stop telling me
Yeah.
what to believe and how to feel about it.
I feel what I want to feel.
I know.
Anyway.
You should.
Yeah, but yeah, that's getting on my nerve. Those streaming services. So then now I'm looking up on eBay DVDs,
Yeah.
and I was trying to cut back on the DVD. But that's how they do you. So you want me to buy DVDs? I'll buy DVDs, and
Yeah.
then I'll get rid of your streaming service.
There you go.
Mhm.
And it's cheaper now than it was when we were younger.
Yeah, because you can get a good
even
DVD the whole
DVDs.
season for like like $10-15 sometime, depending on where you go.
You got to remember when we were growing up, some of you are old enough to remember when VHS tapes were very expensive.
$80,
I remember,
$100 sometimes.
yeah, between the $80 to $120 mark for a VHS cassette. That was the going rate for a long time until DVDs first, or Laserdisc. Laserdisc was first, and then they broke it down to DVD, and the DVDs chopped into that market because they were still selling VHS cassettes through to the early mid '90s.
No, they were selling VCR tapes all the way to 2000.
You think so?
I know so because I was buying it.
Okay.
And then I was mad when they stopped selling it and I had to go out and buy a DVD player because I didn't own one.
I remember them going away in the mid '90s, but yeah, I'm sure they were still making them.
They were still selling them in the store because I had a VCR.
Okay.
And then they stopped and they took them out. And then I had to go buy a DVD player.
Yeah, DVDs were expensive, but then they've gotten cheaper and cheaper as we've gotten further into where we are now.
You can get a halfway
modern
decent
age
DVD player from Goodwill. About $10.
DVD player or VHS player.
Oh, VCR player too. You can get a
Uh-huh.
halfway decent one from Goodwill about $5.
Yeah, you think so?
Mm-hmm.
What Goodwill are you going to that they didn't take an untested DVD player and put it out there for $40?
We bought one.
Because
It didn't have a remote.
Yeah, that Goodwill gets stupid with some of that stuff.
Yeah, we bought a DVD player. We're supposed to be talking about streaming services,
Yeah,
not
You got
Goodwill
off
and
track.
DVD.
you got off track. That's what.
Anyway, back to the streaming services.
Yes,
I don't know why they have to charge you when you already pay.
because people are willing to pay it.
I ain't willing to pay it, and I never have.
That's you, but most are.
I never
It's as simple
have.
as that, and it's one of my big arguments for a discussion that's coming up here about the adult collectors market, because the question comes, they keep raising prices on stuff. It keeps getting more and more expensive, and they could turn a profit selling it for half. Hot Toys would make money selling it for half of what they're selling it for. Why are they charging so much? Because you're willing to pay it. And it's the same thing with the streaming services. Enough people are willing to pay it that they can keep getting away with it.
Yeah, and enough people are buying those added shows
Yeah.
that they say, okay, well, they paying for it. Well, we're going to keep on making you pay to watch them extra 5 episodes of Fortitude. So, oh well, I guess I'll just jump to season 2 because I will not pay for that. Anything else?
No, that's about it, I guess.
All right. Well, I guess we griped enough.